yes, I does that. When everybody trying to beat now, I was that. They could never stop me, that's why I love rap. Been living the life, crazy ice. The swag, the gear, the bread, all the whips is a year ahead. I only fear the feds.
And a look across all the skyscrapers here in Cleveland, the site of our broadcast for tonight. Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Butler?
Yeah, he's a talker. You know, he's one of those guys who won't hesitate to try to get in his opponent's head, and he'll ride guys relentlessly. Some players, they don't appreciate that style, but I'll tell you what, it's effective sometimes.
And every team needs a player like him, a guy who contributes each and every night by doing just the little things and doing them well, like getting on the floor for loose balls.
This game marks the end of a road trip for Chicago. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. They have started the season with gusto. 4 consecutive wins, no losses, as they battle here in Game 5 of the regular season.
You know, for the Bulls, they've actually taken the NBA by storm since the season kicked off. They put themselves right in the mix with the league's top teams when most people thought they'd be bottom feeders.
And I know it's early, Clark, but the way they've looked, I think they'll be in that mix all the way to the end.
You know, one of the things that's really hard to do in the NBA, it's actually one of the hardest things to do in the NBA, is to stay in front of Derrick Rose. I mean, it's not just his burst of speed or his quick first step, but he's got one of the meanest, nastiest, filthiest crossovers in the entire league. And then you add his strength and explosiveness in the air to that, that's lethal.
So it's Chicago now. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, in that game, Kevin, they did damage in all sorts of different ways. They were pretty much unstoppable offensively.
Yeah, it was showtime, Steve. They showed off every resource they had at that end of the floor.
Now here's Butler. Carlos Boozer able to get his shot to go. Noah's shot is off. And for Rose, as he returns from his knee injury, you wonder how that'll affect his ability to blow by defenders, which was such a great quality he possessed prior to the injury. Shooting from the outside is solid, but he hasn't been elite to this point in his career with that shot, so there's a lot of unknowns still about his game being so young. You expect that.
It's going to be an adjustment, Kevin. I mean, you have to find your confidence after an injury like that. I think he is going to be a better shooter because if there was one thing he could work on while he was out, it's that outside jump shot. But we got to give him some time to just get his confidence and find his game again.
Irving with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Irving dishes to Waiters. Deng kicks to Hawes. Shot clock at 6. Deng passes to Waiters. Releases. And the shot is long.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Butler kicks to Boozer. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Boozer's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, not just an everyday finish. He put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
Outside Deng. The feed to Hawes. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Cans it from short range. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Rose kicks it to Noah. Butler against Deng. Here's Korver. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Now, here is Irving. 23 points for him the last game against Boston.
And Kevin, don't forget about his playmaking in that game as well. It was wonderful in terms of attacking the defense and figuring out when to shoot and when to find teammates.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Yeah, it's been an average year at the line for them so far this year, shooting about 75%.
Well, it was a healthy season last year for Spencer Hawes. And maybe not the guy they were hoping to hold down their center spot in Philadelphia after trading for Andrew Bynum during the offseason, but Halls was more than serviceable in his expanded role in the middle.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Outside Irving. The pass to Waiters. Bennett setting the pick for Waiters. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in. Waiters got his first bucket of the night. And Hawes showed his great start in the condensed season of 2011-12. He wasn't a mirage. He played well last season.
Well, he's a finesse center. He's very skilled. He can pass and shoot from long range and did a pretty good job on the glass, too.
Here is Korver. Feeds to Rose. He dishes it to Korver. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Outside Irving. He kicks it to Waiters. Waiters off a pick from Bennett. Fires at the elbow. And it goes through once again. Nice hit there from Waiters.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Here's Rose. Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Waiters no luck.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
And finished off by Noah.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
Irving with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Now Hawes. Pass to Waiters. And here is Hawes. 5 to shoot. And Dion Waiters the bucket on the assist from Hawes. And that's now 6 points for Dion Waiters. The Bulls have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Mike Brown. What's the news there, Doris?
He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Let's quickly bring up the 2K leaderboard for a look at the top free throw shooters among point guards. Derrick Rose is second. Kyrie Irving third.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the defense from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
That's exactly right. I mean, you'd rather dare them to make a shot than risk sending them to the stripe. That's almost 3 points for them. At least there's a chance they'll miss from the floor.
And he gets it to go.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Boston Celtics.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Kicks it to Waiters. Fires from the wing. They get it back. Dang. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Rose goes in. Dang against Butler. Tries to save it. Back to Rose. The Cavaliers pull it in. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Well, they probably should have abandoned the three-point shot in that game because their percentage was terrible. But they kept firing away from long range.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I thought that was one of the things that doomed them. I mean, you can't stick with something if it's not working for you.
And here are the Bulls now after Dion Waiters' miss.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
The Cavaliers trailing. Here's Irving. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Shot's good from Hawes.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. they can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Here is Korver, 11 points in the game. Rose attacking. Korver kicks to Butler, and it's blocked by Dank. Waiters dishes to Hawes. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Let's check out the story on Spencer Hawes. He's been having a really excellent year, 11th in blocks. And in terms of rebounding, he's in the top 20 in the league. So a guy who can really take care of the boards for you.
You know, Steve, something else that you pointed out was that his interior defense hasn't been too shabby at all. I mean, he's got some terrific block numbers.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
G kicks to Miles. Right wing. Here's G, who's covered by Rose. Dunleavy for three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Boozer's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, you know, Carlos Boozer wasn't as efficient last season as we've seen in the past, and I think in large part it was due to the extended absence of Derrick Rose. He was the bailout option for the team on many occasions.
Chicago leading by 5. Rose passes to Korver. And a miss there on the triple. And oh, here we go. Dunleavy's got it. The fast break chance. That's good. Dunleavy's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Now here's Butler, averaging 9 points per contest. And Clark, the Boozer, you talked about his offensive efficiency. Strong, physical player, but he only averaged about, Steve, I think like 3 free throws a game last season.
Well, he's a fadeaway jump shooter. He's an excellent offensive player, pretty efficient in his scoring. But most of his post-ups end up in fadeaway jump shots, and that's why he doesn't get to the line very often.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively, they desperately need a basket.
It's good on the putback. Perejav's got his first basket.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, they can't allow him to beat them to so many of those offensive rebounds. That'll kill you.
And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Bulls lead by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sunday, December 1st, Paul George and the Indiana Pacers take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. If you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Chicago?
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So the Bulls 5 right now. Inside, Gibson and Noah. DJ Augustine out there with Ben Gordon. And it's Butler in at the 3. The Bulls have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
You know, Joakim Noah, part of those back-to-back championship teams at Florida, 2006 and 7, was kind of skinny in college in his first years in the league. But he's done a really good job of adding muscle to his frame. That work in the weight room and in his basement have served him well.
Augustine dishes to Butler. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, These are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Second is Taj Gibson. Third is Joakim Noah.
And you look at that list, most of the guys there have that unique combination of power and finesse. A very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And that kind of combo blend is what can turn a good offensive big man into a great one, fellas.
And with the big minutes that Joakim Noah is asked to play, it's a good thing he's been so dedicated to staying in shape.
He's another player, Kevin, who does yoga in the offseason. He's even trained with big wave surfers in Hawaii, going underwater with weights in his hands, doing jumping and running. Pretty interesting training regimen, but of course, he's a very interesting guy.
Pretty wild, huh? Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, gentlemen, Anthony Bennett was the surprise #1 pick in this year's draft. Bennett was as surprised as anyone, but certainly he's pleased. And with his skill set, he can do a lot of different things. Bennett said, I'm versatile. I can shoot, post up, run the floor, rebound, get my teammates open. I'm unselfish, and I don't have my own agenda. And guys, for a young team developing a winning culture, his character's certainly an important attribute.
Yeah, an NBA body from day one. Thank you, Doris.
And guys, on this team, that leadership of his is certain to help. I mean, I think he's the perfect fit.
Here's Gibson, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half about just piling up points in the paint.
Irving can't hit. Chicago leading by 3. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Noah. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, guys, when Noah came out of Florida, most people viewed him as just an energy guy or a role player. But I tell you what, I always saw him as a highly skilled player. He could pass it, he could put it on the floor, was smart defensively. He's shown that he can anchor a defense, and he contributes double-doubles on a nightly basis.
Augustine against Irving. Outside Dang. A 3 ball. And that one's good. Ding's got 5 points.
And guys, Dang has developed into a very good shooter, especially on spot-ups or maybe one-dribble pull-ups. He's got range. He's developed that out to the three-point line. But he really likes to go to that mid-range area. 1 or 2 dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up, shoot right over the top.
But you know what I like about him most, Steve? Dang is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense. And, Steve, we've also heard people point out how many minutes he plays, which is large. I mean, even more impressive to me isn't simply that he plays those big minutes, it's that he does it full speed 100% of the time.
Irving kicks to Bennett. Pause the pass to Bennett. Now the dish to Dang. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
In a moment here now to check out the numbers for Irving, averaging about 19 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he really brings that offensive firepower to this team. Finding ways to score is his specialty.
Yeah, that's his identity, Steve, among other contributions, obviously. But the ability to make plays that put up points, that's a major weapon in his arsenal.
Tries again. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. A look at Chicago. They hold the first-place spot in the conference, just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, the Cavaliers, 9 games back.
I think for the Bulls, boy, they've been one of the big stories of the early season so far, and for all the right reasons, too.
Yeah, that's right. They've been better than anybody could have predicted to this point. They don't have a lot of star power, but they play together. The pieces seem to fit, and, you know, they were flying under the radar, but all of a sudden now people are starting to recognize how good they are.
Bennett dishes to Irving, and the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
Irving against Augustine. Shot clock at 6. Pause. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
I'd love to see them impose their will a little bit more on the backboard. Usually that's a great way to take control of a game.
Well, they haven't been able to do that yet, but it's something they're certainly capable of.
And it's Butler missing.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
Dang with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Dang passes to Bennett. He feeds it to Irving. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Bennett kicks to Dang. Shot from free throw range. Misses off the right iron.
Everybody regards Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau as a defensive mastermind, and the numbers back it up again. The Bulls were near the top in every major defensive category. Protected the paint, limited fast breaks, and made sure to challenge any shot that went up.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And the Bulls, Steve, 5th in defensive efficiency last season.
And Thibodeau, knowing him, he's probably unhappy with that ranking. I mean, this team is so disciplined and hardworking. They always have a chance to be the best defense in the league.
And the Bulls making a change here. Rose is checked in. Pause, dishes to Harris. To stop the run. No good on the layup. Chicago leading by 10. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tom Thibodeau was giving to his team. He focused on their offense and said to his guys, make the extra pass. Don't try to play hero ball and do it by yourself. That ends up leading to bad shots. He also brought up the issue of perimeter defense and reminded his players to play very tightly on their outside shooters. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Thanks again, Doris. Rose passes to Noah. That's a 2 from Gordon, and he nails the jumper. Gordon's got the lead up to 10 now for the Bulls.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Gibson in the post, guarded by Harris, and he uses the glass on the layup. Gibson's got 8 points.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Pause, and he drops it in from the low post. He's got 9. Here's Rose. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Detroit.
And what stood out to me in particular was his gorgeous playmaking out there. He was finding his teammates in great positions to score.
But they'll get another chance. Noah picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up. And now the 2K leaderboard, a list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. Number 5, the Bulls.
Kevin, that's been a nice run lately. They're making a strong effort on the board, and it's working and paying dividends for them.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Now Miles. Right now averaging 11 points a game. And dang, here we go. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
No breathing room at all to take that shot. Well, Luol Deng, originally from South Sudan, his family moved to London when he was a teen, and then for him, on to the United States, a worldly player for sure, and he's been involved in a lot of causes, both here in the U.S. and internationally.
To the paint, looking for G and gets it there. Rebound by the Bulls.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Noah's shot is off. And going back to Dang, so active off the court, helping Sudanese refugees, basketball without borders, numerous charities. His parents instilled him with that kind of thoughtfulness.
Yeah, and he's also championed a lot of causes in the UK, campaigning to maintain funding for the British national team. Dang is passionate, both on and off the court. You just love his approach to the game and to life, Kevin.
Good point.
You know, you hate to see a player have the kind of injuries that Varejao has had over the last 3 seasons. In fact, he's only managed to play 81 games.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Zeller's checked in. Rose, good.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. Here's G. This is the Verajao. Rebounded by Corver. And for Verajao, through the first month and a half of the season, Clark averaging over 14 points and 14 rebounds a game. He seemed poised for an all-star berth.
Yeah, he really was on track for one, and not only did he miss the game, but he also lost a $1 million incentive in his contract if he would have made the all-star team. So that blood clot, which required he shut it down for 3 months, hit him in the pocketbook too.
His health, his injury status has got to be a concern for Cleveland.
Agreed.
Miles, that's good.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
The Bulls leading by 10.
And a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Yeah, they've got to hurry. Step on the gas here.
To the wing on the left. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gibson down low. He's covered by Zeller. No good from Gibson.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
For 3, Dunleavy. Can't hit. And that concludes the first half. Bulls out front, up 10. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with Mike Brown, and obviously a bit of a struggle in that first half. Coach, what were the struggles offensively about?
Well, I thought we had some good looks when our first unit was in there. The ball just didn't go down. I thought we had open jump shots. We moved the ball very well. The shots didn't fall. If we keep moving the ball and keep getting looks, hopefully they'll go in sooner than later.
Mike, thank you. Kevin, it's a make or miss league.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, stay right where you are for the halftime show. Then we'll be back for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Coming to you this evening from the 2K Sports Studios, this is the Halftime Report. Chicago with the lead against Cleveland. A strong beginning to the season. They've wasted no time in getting off on the right foot. Great energy and aggression offensively, making their own luck with a lot of second chance points. And still hanging in there, the Cleveland Cavaliers. We've seen all these blocks, and they are locked in defensively, giving up no easy buckets. They've gotten some great minutes out of Dion Waiters. After 2, he's got 10 points and also helped out with 2 rebounds. Let's start by looking at seeing what's on tap in the NBA. It'll be the Hawks against the Wizards in our nation's capital. A divisional meeting that's sure to be a heated game. That one tips off at 7 p.m. Eastern. And one game also on the docket, the Bucks playing at Bradley Center as they go up against the Celtics. That one gets started at 8 Eastern. And another game that's coming up, the Jazz will square off against the Suns out in Phoenix. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock Eastern. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, take it away.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. It's been one outstanding game from Corver.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he's taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
Irving and Waiters, the guards. Dang out there with Bennett, and it's Hawes in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with the hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
The Bulls have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And the team free throw numbers for this club this season, very impressive. About 80% from the line.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Irving against Rose. Out left to the wing. Here's Waiters. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 6 assists here tonight. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minutes, Steve, these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. will that wear them down? Their guys play too many minutes. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Rose kicks it to Noah, and there's the 3-second violation. And now a glance at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top assist men over the past 10 games. Derrick Rose, number 1.
Boy, he's really done a nice job of looking for his teammates and getting them the ball on time and in rhythm, and it's resulted in more open looks for his team, and that's all good.
Irving against Rose. Pass to Waiters. Passes it to Hawes. Just 5 to shoot. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
I think you have to be physical to be a dominant player in the NBA. But Spencer Hawes shows that you can also be effective without being, kind of a grinder inside. He's a very skilled passer and shooter, even from the block, and that's what makes him such a good asset on this team.
Rose goes in. Here's Noah, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Noah's got 9.
I think the best quality for Noah is the energy that he brings to the game, Kevin. He's got long arms, he can rebound, he can handle the ball, he can make plays, but really it's just the impact he has with his effort and his energy that's most impressive.
But he's so unselfish. I love that about him, and he's a real demon on the backboard. He's an outstanding offensive rebounder. He's a good passer, too. If he sees an open teammate, he won't hesitate to move the rock. And he's accurate with his passes, too. And another one of his really special talents is coming up with steals at the moment the ball handler picks up his dribble and is getting into a shooting motion. He's got excellent timing in that regard.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. There was a lot of speculation on what the Cavs would do leading up to last summer's draft. No clear-cut number 1, and they had a handful of guys to select from and even tried to shop the pick. Ultimately, they shopped everyone and took Anthony Bennett first overall. They're hopeful it works out as well as their last few number 1 picks, guys.
Yeah, great young player and certainly a stand-up individual. Thanks, Doris. And the Cavaliers call time here.
Going into the season, the hopes were high for the Cavs this past year, but the injury bug really derailed them. Injuries to Irving, Thompson, Zeller, and the big one to Varejao really threw them off kilter in terms of having a decent season.
Waiters dishes to Hawes. Good on the shot. Hawes got 13.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Here's Butler. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And it's 7 points for Butler. And going back to the injuries for Cleveland last year, Clark was just talking about the Varejao injury was huge as he provided so much for them in the interior. And Irving was in and out of the lineup for a good part of the season. Steve, it was a disaster.
It really was. I'll tell you what, when Varejao and Irving were in together, they were fun to watch. They were pretty good. But once those guys got hurt, no consistency with the lineup, and the young team just went south as the season went on.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Outside Irving. The feed now to Waiters. Bennett setting the pick for Waiters. Boozer with the rebound. Boozer's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising in such a tight game.
Yeah, you're right. Very rarely will you out-rebound an opponent like that and not have it pay off.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Great job. Take it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And I'll tell you, the other thing, guys, is the mid-range shot has been something that's really worked well for them tonight.
And Waiters kicks to Dang. Cleveland the rebound.
Using his strength nicely there to ensure the rebound. Good work.
Now the pass to Court. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 8th assist in the game. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Outside Irving. Down low. Here's Hawes. Changes up. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
A moment to check out some of the numbers for Joakim Noah. First in rebounding, and he's right there among the league's most efficient shooters, ranking in the top 3 in field goal percentage.
You know, we rewind back and look at his incredible rebounding average, and he's actually a beast in the paint. I mean, when the shot goes up, he really believes it belongs to him if it doesn't go in.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah.
Bulls had won the Central each of the last 2 seasons, but were unable to make it 3 in a row as the Pacers grabbed the Central Division title last season. Still, considering the injuries, the Bulls had a good run.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Outside Irving. He dishes it to Hawes. Waiters passes to Hawes, and he gets it to go. Hawes got 9 points in the quarter. And back to the Bulls. They went 9-7 in division last year, Steve, and kept pace with the Pacers for a while for the title, but never could really close the gap.
Seems like the Bulls are always in the mix for the Central Division title. And since the realignment in 2004, the Bulls have never finished in the bottom of this division, and more often than not, they're in one of the top 2 spots.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Hawes. Tyler Zeller comes in for Luol Deng. And it's C.J. Miles in for Dion Waiters. Irving kicks to Varejao, and Gibson with the block. Dives for it, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Mike Dunleavy, who's checked in for Kyrie Irving. For 3, Dunleavy, and the shot is good. Dunleavy's got 5 more.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the range.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Gibson dishes to Rose. And it's blocked.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Dunleavy kicks to Miles. Feeds it to Zeller. It's tipped. Stolen by Boozer. Butler on the wing. Puts it up from 17. No good. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Chicago leading. Outside Rose. He kicks it to Boozer. No good, unable to end this run.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Here's Miles, and it's all evened up. Miles has got 7.
They finally fought all the way back to even the score. Back to square one, whole new ball game.
And with a comeback like that, they've definitely got the upper hand going forward.
Great D that time from Varejao. Cleveland's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Dunleavy the pass to Varejao, and they take the lead. Varejao's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against. You know, Varejao has always been an amazing rebounder, but I thought last season, the start of the year was probably his best. I mean, you knew he was on track for a big year when he grabbed 23 rebounds in the season opener.
Dunleavy dishes to Miles. .58 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And for Varejao, before the injury last season, Clark, historic rebounding numbers.
How about this, Kevin? 10 consecutive games with over 15 rebounds, and 5 of those being offensive rebounds. That's only been done once before in the history of the league, and it was by the Hall of Famer, Moses Malone.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Inside, here's Dunleavy. A beautiful reverse layup. Dunleavy's got the game tied up here for Cleveland.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Rose attacking. Releases. Rose can't get that one to fall.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
And Boozer with the block. Here is Korver. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. It's a tie game here in Cleveland. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
Next Thursday night, December 5th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Zach Randolph and the Memphis Grizzlies. Hoops action.
And Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for a reason, Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for a shooter is, as you well know, huge.
Yep, no question.
And Chicago shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. On the court for the Bulls, getting this 4th quarter started. Inside, Gibson and Noah. Ben Gordon out there with DJ Augustin. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. Here comes Irving. Pass to Hawes. Back to Irving. Kicks it to Hawes. Back to Irving. 6 to shoot. Offline with his 3. Here's Gordon. The dish to Gibson. He feeds it to Noah. Back to Gibson. Moves back up. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Spencer Hawes.
Excellent night for Joakim Noah. 11 rebounds, and he's knocked down 5 shots at the charity stripe. Good numbers for him.
Yeah, good numbers, and that's been important for his team. They needed some points. He's provided some easy ones at the foul line, so he's making an impact here.
Noah hits them both.
Oh my goodness, he's got that.
Now, here is Irving. 1 minute now into this 4th quarter. Dishes it to Waiters. No good off the back of the rim.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. And again, no good by Chicago.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Dang goes in, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
Dang hits them both.
It looked to me as though the Cavs seemed to take a step backwards last year in their development. It wasn't that they lost any players. They just failed to take the next step in terms of competing in the Eastern Conference.
And there's Noah on the assist by Augustine. And that's 13 points for Joakim Noah.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Irving with it. Pass to Waiters. Gordon with the defensive effort. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Again, the miss by Gordon.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
Here is Hawes, covered by Noah. Hawes, the pass to Waiters. Another shot, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up.
What a nice game for Waiters. He's got 16 points now and 3 assists as well.
Augustine dishes to Gordon. Rejected by Waiters, but he recovers it. Gordon goes in. Outside Butler. Cranes the three-pointer. And the Bulls lead by 2.
Another good look there, and that's his second three-pointer of the game.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Well, you look at Ben Gordon, guys, a pure shooter, clearly. Can spot up, pull up. However he gets his shot off, you expect it to go in.
And going back to Ben Gordon, Clark, you called him a pure shooter, but he doesn't bring a whole lot else, does he, Steve?
Well, he's limited offensively. You know he can shoot and score, but not really a playmaker. And he's not big enough to post up. And he's not a great defender, but you know what he is. He's a scorer, and I think he's ideally suited to bring off the bench because of that.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Gordon. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Augustine. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to his team. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
Rose attacking, and the layup is good.
Well, he's very strong inside, particularly as a finisher. So even if you give him a hard foul, hard contact, nothing seems to bother him. And this guy, as a result, is a good scorer.
Exactly. That's about the only way to stop him once he's making a run at the hoop. And that's not all there is to say about him, Steve. I mean, he also is a master of the pick and roll. Get the ball in his hands and set a screen for him, and there will be an easy bucket after.
4 on the clock. Here's Irving. From beyond the arc and then some. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
Well, 7 lead changes, Kevin and Steve, in this one. And we could very well be seeing more.
Yeah, I believe it, because these two teams so well matched up. You look at the talent. I think we're in for a very, very competitive night.
Rose up on top, covered by Irving. Outside Butler. Pass to Court. Fires from the wing. Again, Chicago. And here is Irving. And there's the feed to Hawes. To the wing right side. Deng kicks to Bennett. 5 to shoot. Here's Irving. Some solid defense from Korver. The Bulls have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Lets it go with a 3. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Rose. Rose has got 10 assists here tonight. So active. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Now Irving. And there's the pass to Bennett. Bank shot, no good.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Butler kicks to Korver. He gets hauled in by Spencer Hawes. Hawes got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And they call an illegal screen here. Now a look at the Cavaliers' upcoming schedule. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Chicago leading by 4. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Noah. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for Joakim Noah.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Outside Irving. Feeds it to Hawes. Shot to stop the run. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Not that one. The Bulls lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
gotten some good second chances here in the second half, and that kind of extra effort will go a long way into cutting into this deficit.
That's good.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
He kicks to Bennett. Back to Irving. Takes a three. Another three for Cleveland.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a full first half and comes back strong like he has, shown a lot of confidence in his game.
Rose goes in. That drops. Rose has got 6 here in this quarter.
Unbelievable basket. What a huge height disadvantage. I thought for sure it would be blocked.
Not this fella, Steve. Not at this stage of the game. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way.
Pause inside, working on Noah. Back to Dan. Here's Waiters. Another three for Cleveland.
Killing him with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Here is Rose. Into Noah. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 17 points for Joakim Noah.
Defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They trailed by 3. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tom Thibodeau was giving to his team. But one point he really drove home was that defensively, they have to do a better job of taking away the outside shot. They're going to be dedicating more manpower to the perimeter from now on. He also wants them to play very physically. Impose your will on them, he said. Let them know who they're up against. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, what a great and one right there. These are the kind of plays that win you basketball games, guys.
Rose against Irving. Irving with the steal. Here's the break. Here's Waiters. Butler with the block. And here we go. Fast break. Porter's got it. Gibson passes to Rose. They get it back. Joakim Noah again. Noah's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
There's the pick. Irving dishes to Dang. Money!
Oh, that is a massive shot.
You know it is. He's stepping right into the spotlight.
.50 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Rose against Irving. Rose kicks to Butler. Fires from 14 and too long on the shot.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over it.
Oh, I like the closeout there, Steve. Well done.
Irving passes to Hawes. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Chicago's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here is Rose. Oh, missed it.
Had a foul to give, but they couldn't get it done before that shot attempt.
Yeah, and giving up free throws isn't ideal here, Steve. You know that, but at least they got the clock set.
He drops the first one, and that gives them the lead. And the Bulls making a change here. And so both free throws are good. And It's a 2-point ball game.
Those are some big-time heroics at the stripe. A little bit of defense, and they can put this one in the win column.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They're down by 2. 3 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Irving. No good from 3-point territory. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Derek, tremendous work on the glass tonight. How important is that aspect of the game to this team?
It's huge. That's all Tiff talk about, second rebounding. We crash the boards. Our bigs are big at it. And when we pass it back out, we usually got the three-pointer. So it's easy basketball.
Derek, thank you so much. Guys, hard to run if you don't rebound the ball.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.